Hey folks, if you've watched any of my other hiking and outdoors videos, you might recognize this thing, okay, which is an alcohol stove. The thing is, with all my modifications, I really couldn't get beyond a 10-minute burn time in optimal conditions. That is indoors, you know, somewhere in the 70 degrees and all that. I've looked more into the science of how these things are supposed to operate, and they basically require a priming or burn-in time, whereas the materials and the alcohol fuel inside require a certain temperature, optimal temperature, to release flammable vapors, which are supposed to jet around these edges. And I've created a number of different mods for this, and well, probably about 3 different mods, and with just basically about the same results. And so I ended up taking 2 versions of this on my last year's excursions in the Shawnee National Forest and where's the Charles C. Deem wilderness area, and you know, to have on hand, so maybe I can get, like, you know, 2 cook situations going. But I didn't end up using both of the stoves, and actually ended up trashing both of them. The one got smashed and the other one ended up somehow with this pinhole at the bottom of them. But so this thing is darn useless now. So then I came up with this one. Okay, it's twice the size. When I first started building these, I didn't realize the necessity for the priming stage, where the material, the alcohol, heats up the stove enough to you know, help keep the burn going, you know, consistently. And then I also heard other tips about, you know, in the morning maybe you keep the stove on, you get some body heat going. Okay, now at 2 minutes and 36 seconds, I have all jets firing. Okay, of course that's entirely functional as the stove goes for those 2 minutes and 36 seconds. But this is the ultimate here. This is the most efficient sort of burn. But yeah, this is your steady. This is your working burn. So at a good 20 minutes of burn time, I'm getting an outer reading averaging about yeah, about 105 degrees. Yeah, about 100 and 105 degrees down toward the bottom. About 93 degrees, averaging about 95. Okay, finally dying down after 25 minutes of burn time. So I've now put 2 ounces of alcohol into the stove. As you can see, it nearly fills it to the halfway point. This is the windscreen that I use out in the field. It serves as a windscreen and a pot stand. I'm going to use my Android device here as a stopwatch. And we're going to time this from the lighting, and I will put the pot of water on after it's reached its prime point. Okay, so now we have some flame. Windscreen goes on. I have 25 ounces of water here in this Snow Peak titanium container. I always boil with my lid on, just because it increases efficiency. Okay, so I'm going to kill the lights right now, and when this thing gets beyond its you know, prime state, then I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Okay, I'm going to consider this So I consider this primed at this point, and I'm going to put my my water on top of this and see what our boil time will be. Kicking the lights down again so we can get the drama of the flames, which looks like it's in full effect. Look at that. Wow, that looks gorgeous. What I'm going to do is we're going to measure the time until that my cap there starts to lift by the boiling forces underneath. Look at that flame pattern. I'd probably get more even heating if I didn't have that windscreen on there, but boy, that's sweet. Look at that. Well, I've got a nice roiling boil here at like 10 minutes, and I don't know how long it's been doing that because it just hasn't been, the pot top was not lifting off like I thought it was. So bear with me here. So I am going to go out on a limb. I'm going to dump this. Now, I consider endeavors like this important because not always can you cook or boil water on an open fire. Say you're in a stealth situation, or maybe you're in a place where otherwise you wouldn't be able to have an open flame or open campfire or something like that to to get your food going or process your water. There are other options. There are wood stoves, bush buddies, very popular. Stuff like that's very popular in Europe. And I'm going to have a DIY bush buddy demo coming up, which I have also had to mod to achieve this end of having a stealthy, lightweight, packable cook stove in your kit, so to do stuff with. So, and I just can't bring myself to pay top dollar for pocket rockets and fuel canisters and stuff like that. That other lightweight backpackers and stuff like that sort of carry on themselves de rigueur. Looking for alternatives to that, low cost alternatives for the everyman, to go lightweight, stealth, low impact, low resource type of stuff. And yeah, that's sort of my mission here. Damn, almost had 2 pots there. But yeah, I had a vicious boil there going for, yeah, go in there. I mean, that was enough to cook some potatoes and stuff like that. Wild edibles, leeks, any sort of greens you have, maybe even some meat. Hell yeah. And that was certainly hot enough for for a bit of ramen and stuff like that. Even if you did have to seriously cook some stuff. No, I'm really liking this mod. Really liking what I did with this. So there you have it. A good 20 minutes of burn time. Good strong 20 minutes of productive burn time on 2 ounces of alcohol on this beer can alcohol stove, double walled, open top design. And yeah, boy, you could a train really. And yeah, you can do some serious cooking in 20 minutes out there in the bush with this. Completely destroys, completely destroys what I've been doing with this. And it looks, roughly half the size. But seriously, a total performer and something that I'll be carrying in my cook kit just as easily as I could the smaller version.